Hey guys, Gabetastic here. Welcome back to another video. So I wanted to make a video like this. I want to make videos like these maybe like weekly or whatnot, but I want to give my opinion on games, movies, everything that I've seen recently and what I've played recently. So I want to give a breakdown of a couple things. So I've played God of War Ragnarok, Spider-Man Miles Morales, and I've seen the Black Panther movie, which I saw it on release, so I'm like a week or two late, but I just wanted to give my reviews on everything. So spoilers ahead for all this stuff, and we're going to go right into it. So first thing I want to do is go over the Spider-Man games. I bought a PS5 strictly to play like the Norman Reedus, Death Stranding games, Spider-Man, The Last of Us, God of War. I bought a PS5 strictly just so I could make content for y'all of those games that I've always wanted to play, but I never had a PlayStation to play them, and I never really wanted a PlayStation. But I got one just for this, and oh my god, it's the best decision of my life, especially with PlayStation Plus coming in clutch. Anyway, Spider-Man's. Okay, so I played Spider-Man Miles Morales first because I think he's like the best Spider-Man in my opinion. It was freaking awesome. I love the game. It was so visually amazing, dude. The characters were great. Miles, his mom, his friend, like everything, even the little cool app that his friend created was freaking fire. Of course, I didn't know what happened to his dad or how he got like into Spider-Man or how he became Spider-Man because I didn't play the first game, which was great. So after the ending with his best friend and her kind of like sacrificing herself because she was kind of going crazy over the whole serum type shit, I can't really remember what everything's called, but I played Spider-Man like the same day. The next day I started streaming it, so I streamed Spider-Man. And oh my god, dude, you could see my reactions through the cutscenes on my live stream. It was fucking insane. I didn't realize we were going to play as Miles. Matter of fact, I didn't really know if Miles was going to come into play. He did, and oh my god, it was perfect. Dude, we saw what happened to his dad. We saw how he got bit by the spider. It was just, everything about it was perfect. I liked how we built up Miles' story after playing it. Like the first time, playing the second game the first time, or the second game first. Anyway, it's really hard to explain, but it was just the perfect cherry on top, learning his story and the background, basically, even though we would have learned it first beforehand, how he became Spider-Man. Instead, we stepped into a world where he was already Spider-Man, and we figured out how by playing the first game second. So I just thought, I think both games, Spider-Man Miles Morales has to be my favorite game right now. It's top tier. It's fucking amazing. God of War is up next. So God of War, dude, oh my god. So I streamed God of War. I had a problem with it at first. I started playing it on my PC. I bought it on my PC for like $60-$70. It kept bugging. My stream was bugging. Everything was bugging. And then I tried to stream it again because I streamed it for a little bit. Halfway through my stream, it kind of like glitched out, you know. And then I start streaming the next day. It worked out kind of well. The next day, the game kept crashing over and over and over and over again. I couldn't even start my stream because the game just kept crashing. So I was like, fuck, what am I going to do? Luckily, I bought the PS5 for the new Ragnarok game. When I finished God of War on my PC, I was going to switch to my PS5. It was already there with my PlayStation Plus. The God of War was free. And I was like, oh my fucking god. Like, I just spent $70 on a game on my PC that keeps crashing when it was free on my PS5. I should have looked. Anyway. So I played the first God of War directly after I beat it that same night. I had to restart from the beginning, of course, because my PC. And I did an 11-hour stream, but 3 hours into the stream, it literally disappeared. It says it's 11 hours. It's 8 hours long because the first 3 hours of the game is gone. So the first 3 hours of the beginning of the game is just poof. So that sucks. But on the bright side, I had no problems with Ragnarok. So that same night after I beat God of War, I played God of War Ragnarok for like 3 hours. I streamed it for the past couple days. It has been a phenomenal story. I hated Atreus in the first game. He was so fucking annoying. I still call him Boy back then. Motherfucking Boy. He ain't earned his name. He was a pain in the ass. He was annoying. I did not like him. Kratos was a badass as usual. The dwarves, bro. Oh my god. Brock, dude, and I forgot his name. It's okay though. But the other dwarf, they were like the funniest. Meme. I can't remember his name either. Fuck. I'm not very good with the names. And Freya, of course, all of them were like the main characters in the first game. Of course, there were the bad guys, like Thor's kids, which we didn't know there was a girl at the time. But he had like two boys. One of them was really fucking crazy, and one of them was actually Freya's son. and we ended up killing him, and Freya tries to kill us, and then she comes after us in basically the second game. Now, the second game, oh my god, what a roller coaster. So, basically, at the end of the game, we find out that Atreus' mom, or Kratos' girlfriend, wife, ended up being a half giant. So she's half giant, half human, which makes Atreus like a quarter human, a half god, a quarter giant. So he's like, yeah, half giant, or no, quarter giant. Yeah, quarter giant, half god, quarter human. Okay, so that's how he's mixed. Anyway, so he goes on an adventure and starts finding these like artworks, you know, and going inside of them because he found out he had powers. And he goes inside and he looks around, and then bibbidi bobbidi boom, next thing you know, he's in the Iron Woods, which is like a sacred place with this girl, and they hit it off. You know, it's pretty good, not gonna lie. But then we find out that he sees his prophecy and his fate and all that, and it turns out the whole time, spoiler, obviously, that his mom planted the wrong fate, the wrong prophecy, so they would pave their own paths in the end. And they thought that Kratos was going to end up dying, and so Atreus tried to form his own path, thinking that he was changing the prophecy, when a matter of fact, the prophecy was wrong the whole time. And what I realized is when Odin dies, after Boy takes his soul, or Atreus takes, I call him Boy, but Atreus takes his soul, in the prophecy, it showed him holding somebody in his arms, a bald guy, which looked like Kratos, but it ended up being Odin in his place, with him walking off with Kratos at the end. She just swapped their places. And I thought that was really cool. And at the very end, after Boy, or Atreus, looks at the painting, he realizes what he has to do, and he will travel to try and bring back up the giants, and leaves Kratos alone. And then Kratos goes behind that painting that he thought was just the painting, the front end, and finds that his wife has left him a whole thing of their adventure and what he's about to become, which is maybe the king or some type shit. And it ends with Freya and Miamor, or Numar, or what is his name? Whatever his name is, the head. And they leave and they rebuild, and then the credits happen, and it is just insane. We find out that the serpent that they give the soul to was basically the baby serpent, kind of, that went back in time. It's kind of confusing, like the world serpent. It's really confusing. But so he's going to grow into a giant again. We found out that Ragnarok was just a rock, and he was just a guy, and we just stabbed him, and he became on our side. I was very disappointed with that. I thought Ragnarok was going to be like a super big deal. Like, yeah, we needed him to break down the wall to get into Asgard, but other than that, it was kind of just fucking lame. Like, I don't know. I thought the whole, like, Ragnarok build up, like, the name of it was cool, but the whole, like, the character was kind of cool, but at the end, it was kind of, nah. You know, it was nah. But the aesthetics, the feeling, I loved how we had 3 weapons this time. Even, Atreus got his own little sword that ended up belonging to Freya's brother. So that was pretty tight. And now, I guess, I know I'm not very good at explaining this stuff and giving my reviews, but I give it like a 12 out of 10. The whole God of War and God of War Ragnarok, 12 out of 10. Fucking insane. The cutscenes were beautiful. You could really feel Kratos' emotions through the entire game, and it was just... and I guess last, I want to give kind of a little rundown of what I thought. I haven't watched the movie for a while. I normally like watching Marvel movies more than once to try and give my final opinion on how I feel about it. So I watched Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. It was fucking amazing. The bad guy, I can't remember his name, didn't really fit. He was kind of like a knockoff. Like, I know that DC and Marvel kind of clash and kind of have identical things and identical, like, enemies and heroes, but basically the Mermaid Man is what I'm going to call him, had his own kind of Wakanda thing going on, but he was just under the ocean, and he basically wants to destroy the fucking world. That's it. But the build up to, like, Yuri's character and all that was fucking insane. She is now the new Black Panther. We find out that Chadwick Boseman, or the Black Panther, or AKA, I can't remember. This is so bad. King T'Challa. We found out he had a son, and also King T'Challa. And yeah, that's basically it for this video. It was really bad review. I try and I don't really script my stuff. I probably should, but I normally have a list of what I want to talk about, but I kind of knew what I wanted to talk about. But anyway, I want to do videos like this weekly. I have some exciting news. I just started downloading. These are really old games or older games, but they're story-based. I've always wanted to play them because you can kind of build your own story out of them. And I've always wanted to play it in those games. Get ready, bro. Death Stranding with Norman Reedus. I cannot wait to play that. These two, well, one of them's kind of build your own story. The second one is Detroit Become Human. Dude, I've been wanting to play this game for so long with Connor and all them. I'm so excited to build this story. I cannot wait to see what the outcomes are. It's been years since I've seen anybody's perspective. I don't even know what some of the endings are, so I'm so excited. I hope we make the right choices, and I cannot wait to do it. It's gonna be so fun. I know it's an old game, but until High on Life comes out, I gotta make time with these other games that I've been wanting to play. Next up, last but not least, is The Last of Us and The Last of Us 2. I've seen gameplay. I kind of know what happens. I'm kind of skimmed over the head. I don't really know anything about the first one, if I'm going to be honest. The second one, I kind of know a little bit about. I know someone loses a finger, but I can't really remember what happens. I can't remember if Joel dies or not. It's kind of buzzy. So I want to play them for myself and give my own opinions on them. And yeah, so I've got 3 games that I want to stream. I'm so excited. I think tonight I have all 3 downloading right now. I'm about to go to my girlfriend's. So I am going to stream probably Death Stranding tonight. I am so excited. So glad it was worth the PS5, dude. I have every console for every game that anything comes out. Doubt that anybody's going to watch this whole video, but if you do, leave a like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video. I'll probably do one of these weekly, maybe. Goodbye.